Good morning, my dear students. In the previous class, we have discussed about the physical change and chemical changes. After we learn physical changes and chemical changes, we have one topic. Can physical and chemical changes happen together. Okay, this is the concept. Can physical and chemical changes happen together? Okay. So what is the concept? Can physical and chemical changes happen together? Okay, in burning of candle, okay, the wax, when the candle gets heated, the wax changes to solid to liquid. So when the wax or candle heated, the wax which is in solid state, so after the getting it changes into liquid. Again after that again it changes to liquid to solid. Okay, in the burning of candle, when the candle gets heated, the wax changes to solid to liquid. So after that, again it changes to solid to liquid. Here no new substances, and here only the state is changed. The state is changed. That's why it is called physical change. So we can observe here, it is a physical change. So in the burning of candle, the wax changes to solid to liquid, and again it is a reversible reaction. This is liquid to solid. That is called, it is involved that physical change. That is called physical change. And we can observe in burning of the candle, what is the physical change. Now, okay, what is the concept here? Can physical and chemical changes happen together? In burning of candle, when the candle gets heated, the wax changes to solid to liquid, and after that again it changes to liquid to solid. The stage is change. We can observe it is a physical change. So we can observe in burning of candle, we can observe physical change. Okay, we can observe physical change. Okay, and apart of molten wax, a new molten wax, burning molten wax out of burning, new substances are formed. New substances are formed that are carbon dioxide and water vapor. So, according to the molten wax, it changes to solid to liquid, and again it is liquid to solid. It is a reversible reaction. It is considered as physical change. So, according to the molten wax, out of the burning, new substances are formed that are carbon dioxide, that means CO2, and water vapor, and it is considered as chemical change. Okay, it is chemical change. So the molten wax, the wax changes in states from liquid to solid, solid to liquid is a physical change. And apart from the molten wax after the burning, a new substances are formed, that is carbon dioxide and water vapor. It is considered as chemical change. So we can observe in burning of candle. So write down this matter. Okay, in the burning of candle we can observe physical change, and also can observe we can observe chemical change. So can physical and chemical changes happen together? Yes, in some situations we can observe physical and chemical changes in the same in the one material. Can physical and chemical changes happen together? Physical and chemical changes can happen together. So we can write like this. So what is the answer? So finally, write down physical and chemical changes can happen together. Okay, this is the point. Physical and chemical changes can happen together in some situations, like burning of the candle and some more times. Okay. Okay, this is the concept up to hand sheet 2. Now we have to discuss hand sheet 2. What are the objective types of them? Okay. So now take the hand sheet 2, all of the students. burning of exposed surface of a cut brinjal is browning of exposed surface of a cut brinjal. So this is a cut brinjal. I think it is a cut brinjal. So surface of the brinjal, it is browning. It is browning. So what is the reason? Whatever it is, apple also. Apple. So it is also browning. Or so what is it? What happened is, which changes is occur here in apple or brinjal? So chemical changes. Okay, what chemical changes in there? For example, take apple. So when you cut the apple and place it somewhere, and check after half an hour, the surface of the cutted apple or brinjal, it's browning. So what happened in iron? So we know that in apple iron is there. Iron is there. So this iron gets reaction with the oxygen which is in atmosphere. It becomes ferric oxide. Ferric oxide. So that's why the surface of the apple or brinjal, it turns browning. So the browning of exposed surface of a cut brinjal is a chemical change. Third option, chemical change. Why? Because some chemical changes are occurred in the surface of the brinjal. So browning of exposed surface of a cut brinjal is a chemical change. Next, identify an irreversible change from the following illustration. Irreversible, not reversible. Irreversible. Okay, first one, heating iron rod to red hot, and second one, converting milk into curd, the stretching of rubber band, and the conversion of ice into water. So except two. First one, third one, and fourth one are reversible reactions, reversible changes. Heating iron rod to red hot. So again, it after some time it slow down. Okay, the third one, stretching rubber band. So after lose it comes to original state. So conversion of ice into water. Water into ice. So first one and third one and fourth one are irreversible reactions. But second one, converting milk into curd. We can milk into curd. So we can curd from the milk, but we cannot milk from the curd. We can get curd from the milk, but we cannot milk to curd. But we cannot get milk from the curd. So it is a irreversible reaction. So irreversible change. What is second one? Converting milk into curd. Third one, which of the following is a slow change? Melting of ice, burning of sparkles, ripening of fruits, and occurrence of a rainbow. So which of the following is a slow change? So melting of ice is a speed change, burning of sparkles and ripening of fruits. But occurrence of a rainbow is a slow change. Occurrence of a rainbow. Of a rainbow. Okay. Fourth one. That is fourth option. That is fourth option. Choose the false statement. Okay. Heart beat and pulse illustrate slow change. An earthquake is a periodic change. Changes in weather is a reversible change. Okay. Choose the false statement. Heart beat and pulse illustrate slow change. An earthquake is a periodic change. Changes in water is reversible changes. So all are false statements. All are false statement. Option 4. Option 4. Next, fifth one. Non-periodic changes. Non-periodic, not periodic, non-periodic. Melting of ice cream, clotting of blood, curdling of milk, and fourth one, to and fro motion of pendulum of a clock. Here we have observed four options. Fourth option, to and fro motion of pendulum clock is a periodic change. To and fro motion. To and fro motion. To and fro motion is a periodic change. Okay, that is remaining 1, 2, 3 are non-periodic changes. Melting of ice cream, clotting of blood, and curdling of milk are 3 are non-periodic changes. Non-periodic changes. Fifth one. What are the options? First, second, and third options. Okay, and sixth one, comprehension. So reasoning type. Reasoning type. So explaining statement 1. The changes which will be repeated at fixed intervals of time or periodic changes. Statement 2. The to and fro motion of pendulum repeats a periodic change. The statement 1 is the changes which will be repeated at a fixed intervals of time or periodic change. For example, take a pendulum. It's doing to and fro motions in a particular fixed interval of time. So that is called periodic change. Periodic change. Periodic change. So the to and fro motion of pendulum repeats a periodic change. So here both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. So option 1, sixth one, option 1. Option 1. What is option 1? Both statements are true. Statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. So now fourth, comprehension type. Changes takes place every moment around us. Some examples are melting of ice, freezing of water, digestion of food extra. Okay, changes takes place every moment around us. Some examples, what are the examples? Melting of ice, freezing of water, digestion of food extra. Okay, the change of ice into water, that of a water into ice are. Okay, we can observe ice into water, ice into so okay, the first one, chemical change, converting milk into curd, occurrence of a rainbow, option 4, 1, 2, 3 options, and option 1, sixth one. Now seventh one, What is the seventh one? The changes of ice into water. Ice into water. Ice into water. Water into ice. Ice into water. Water into ice. These are reversible. Reversible changes. Reversible changes. Ice into water, water into ice are reversible changes. Option 4. Seventh one is option 4. Reversible change. And eighth one, a change in which no new substances are formed. No new substances are formed. Okay, we can write reversible change, physical change, chemical change, non-periodic change. Here option is, fourth option is given, but in physical change also no new substances are formed. No new substances are formed. We can write physical change and non-periodic change. A change in which no new substances are formed. No new substances formed. We can write eighth one, physical change. Physical change and non-periodic change. Periodic change. Okay, in textbook non-periodic change is only given, but we have some knowledge about physical change. In physical change also no new substances are formed. So that's why physical change and non-periodic changes both are correct options. Okay, ninth one. When milk is curd, the curd is formed but cannot back milk from the curd. The change involved in this irreversible and chemical change. Irreversible and chemical. So ninth one, just when milk is curd is formed but cannot back milk from the curd. The change involved in this. Okay, we can get curd. We can get curd from the milk. We can get curd from the milk, but we cannot get milk from the curd. Can get curd from the milk, but we cannot get milk from the curd. It is irreversible chemical change and irreversible. Okay, curding of milk. Curding of milk is a best example of chemical change and irreversible change. Chemical change and irreversible change. Okay, ninth one. Irreversible and chemical change. Irreversible and chemical change. Now matrix match. 10th one. Column 1, column 2. Rusting of iron with sublimation of camphor. Periodic change. Rusting of iron is a chemical change. Option, okay, in 10th one we can write A, B, C, D. So what we have to match? Rusting of iron. It is a chemical change. Okay, this is 3. Match with the 3. Next, wick. Do not repeat themselves. Okay, wick, the thread which burns in candle. Wick means vatti. So wick means the thread which burns in candle. Option 4. So we have to match B with 4. Sublimation of camphor. physical change. Sublimation of camphor. This take the camphor, it is a solid and turns into gas state without liquid. So the solid changes directly gas state, that is called sublimation. So the sublimation of camphor is a physical change. Sublimation of camphor is a physical change. Physical change. And periodic change. Periodic change means repeated at fixed intervals of time. Repeated at fixed intervals of time. Repeated at fixed intervals of time, that is called periodic change. So option, okay, C. C, match with 1. Match with 1. D. Periodic change means repeated at fixed intervals of time. Match with 2. Okay, observe. A, match with 3. B, match with 4. C, match with 1. D, match with 2. Okay. Rusting of iron, chemical change with the thread which burns in candle. Sublimation of camphor, physical change. The periodic change repeated at fixed intervals of time. Okay. 11th one. Right up. 7th one, reversible change. 8th one, physical change. A non-periodic change. 9th one, irreversible and chemical change. 10th one, so match A with 3, B with 4, C with 1, D with 2. Now 11th, changing the conditions like temperature, water changes into how many states? Changing the conditions like temperature, water changes into. Okay, water changes into depending on temperature. Depending on temperature. Water is a liquid. When you heat up, it becomes water vapor. Water vapor. That is gas state. This is liquid. And when you cool, it becomes ice. That is called solid. Depending on the temperature, conditions of the temperature, the water which is in liquid state changes into vapor, water vapor, that means gas state, and when it cool, it changes into ice, that is solid state. So it stays in 3 states: liquid, solid, gas. Liquid, solid, gas. That means 3 states. 3 states. Okay. And 12th one. Burning of a candle illustrates. Burning of a candle illustrates both chemical and physical change. We have already discussed about the burning of the candle. So it is involved, physical and chemical changes are involved in burning of the candle. So physical and chemical changes. Physical and chemical changes. Okay? In burning of the candle. And burning of wax is burning of wax. Burning of wax, only take wax. The wax is solid. After burning, it turns into liquid. So there are no new substances formed when salt, when solid state changes into liquid state, that is called physical change. Physical change. What is burning of wax? Burning of wax is only physical change. Burning of wax is a physical change. Why? Because changes to solid to liquid. Solid to liquid. And 14th one. Which of the following is an example for reversible change? Reversible change. Milk changes into curd. It is a irreversible change. Melting of ice. Keep it out. The to and fro motion of the pendulum. It is a periodic change. Periodic change is also okay. So little bit confusion is there. Why? Because which of the following is an example of reversible change? Reversible, milk changes into curd. It is a irreversible change. We know that. Melting of ice. Melting of ice. Melting of ice is solid. After it gets heat, it is turns into liquid and gas. It is a reversible change. The to and fro motion of a pendulum. To and fro motion of a pendulum. Reversible. It is also reversible. To and fro motion. To and fro motion. Is it? And magnetization of iron. Magnetization of iron is also reversible. Why? Because when you magnetize any iron, you can lose up magnetize of anything. So after this is a iron rod. So after some process, it can be magnetized. After some maybe another process, it can unmagnetized and unmagnetized. So it is also a reversible reaction. So again option 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 also. 2, 3, 4 also reversible reactions in the out of my knowledge. Milk changes into curd only irreversible changes. Melting of ice is a reversible change, and the to and fro motions like this is 2 reversible. This is also reversible. To and fro motions is also reversible. And magnetization of iron is also reversible. Why? Because take any iron rod, it can be magnetized in some process, and it is also unmagnetized by some process. So we can magnetize of iron is also reversible changes. Okay. The 15th one. Choose the correct statement. No matter is added during a chemical change. No matter is removed during a chemical change. Mass of substance remains same. All the above correct statements. Okay, we have already discussed about the physical change. What? No matter is added. No matter is added and no matter is removed during the physical changes. During the physical changes, no matter is added and no matter is removed, and mass of substance remains same. Mass of substance. So take water. This is ice cube. The mass of matter doesn't change. The mass of matter, the mass of substance or matter doesn't change. It remains same in physical change. So 15th one. Fourth option. Fourth option. Four options. Options. 15th option. Okay. No matter is added during the physical change. No matter is removed during the physical change, and mass of the substance same. So all are correct statements for the 15th one. Statement. Okay. 16th question. Melting of ice is a physical change. In physical change, no new substance are formed. Okay. Statement 1 and statement 2 both are true, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Statement 1. Melting of ice is a physical change, and in physical change, no new substance are formed. Both statements 1 and 2 are both are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. So 16th one is first option. Option 4. Option 4. Here option 1. Option 1. Both statements are true. Statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Okay. Next concept. Nature of matter. Okay. Okay. Ice, water, water vapor, or ice, water vapor are different from each other. Why? Because of their states. This is ice is a solid, water is a liquid, water vapor is a gas state. So the ice, water vapor are different from each other because of their states. And iron, gold, and sugar and salt are also iron differs from gold, sugar differs from salt. Why? Because different they contain different substances. They contain different substances. They contain different kind of substances. Ice, water vapor are differ from each other because of the states. And iron differs from gold, sugar differs from salt. Why? Because they contains different kinds of substances in it. So the kind of substances different. So because of the nature of the matter. We can classify the matter can be classified okay we can classify we can classify the matter basis of its purity into impure, pure and impure, so matter can be classified by the basis of its purity, that is called pure and impure. Matter can be classified as pure and impure. Matter can be classified like pure and impure. So we can classify the matter in the basis of its purity into pure and impure. Matter can be classified as in the basis of purity, pure and impure. Okay, and matter, an important point, matter which is pure, it contains matter which is pure contains elements and compounds. This is the main point. And second point, matter which is impure contains mixtures. Okay, matter which is pure contains elements and compounds. Matter which is impure contains only mixtures. So matter which is pure contains elements and compounds. Matter which is impure contains mixtures. Okay, now matter, right? Chart diagram, matter. Pure, impure. Again then it's pure, metals, compounds. Okay, it is mixtures. It is mixtures. again sorry, it is elements, not metals. Elements. Okay, these elements like again metals, non-metals, and again compounds, again mixtures. Both are homogeneous, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Heterogeneous. Okay, matter, it's divided, classified as pure and impure. Pure and impure. Again pure, elements and compounds. Again elements, metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. It is impure. Mixtures, again the mixtures are classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, matter is classified as pure and impure. Metals, compounds, elements, compounds. Again the elements are classified as metals and non-metals, and mixtures are classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay students, this is the class of the today. Some more concepts learn by tomorrow.